Page 5, Indian Campfire. They're asking you to remember some notes, the C, B, and the A for the treble clef. The middle C you should know, and the B and the A is next to it. You get them in this piece in the right hand. I trust you know the names of the notes in the music. Just really, you got to know the names of the notes. So I'll go through the routine I use to learn a piece of music. Let's see what happens. I look it over, I see it's about 4 lines long, a little less. Actually, it's a little more because there's a da capo al fine. Well, I'll come to that later. We only have about 4 lines, or a little less, of music to learn. Treble and bass clef, 4/4 time signature. There's no sharps or flats in this, and we're using all the white keys. This is in the key of C major. Make sure you can do the scale for C major. 1 octave up and down is fine. Just know the scale. 4/4 time signature. Let's take it one hand at a time and make sure we understand what the hands are doing. The right hand, they want 5th finger on that E here. That puts the hand here. Remember the dotted half note is the same as 3/4 notes, or in 4/4 time it gives 3 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. The second line is 1. And again, I'm just passing weight from one finger to the next. Now, I'm always doing this. Even in the first line, I'm just passing weight from one finger to the next. The weight is pushing the key down, and I'm not holding the hand still and trying to use the muscles. That's really a kind of a bad idea on the modern piano, so I don't recommend it. So you go through the right hand. Left hand, you just have the A and the E for the first couple lines or so, and there's the quarter notes. This must be the drums or something like that. Now on the third line down, you have to move the hand here in this position. With thumb on C, you have 2 beats of rest at the end of the second line, so you got time to come up here. So it's 2, 3, 1, 2. Okay, and you're finishing it here. Now when you get down to the bottom, the last measure, 1, 2, 3. The D, C, all fine, the DC means go back to the beginning. So that's going to send you here again. You only have 1 beat rest, but that's time. You got time during the rest to come down. 2, 3. Just make sure it's a steady beat all the way through. We don't mess up the beat just because we had to move the hands. No. Left hand, well, you're starting out here and here. That's here. These are the drums, I guess. Just quarter notes. Just letting the weight fall down on the keys gently. Second line, you're here, and then you get 2 beats of rest. You got to come up here, C and a G. Okay. Then at the bottom, the C. Go back to the beginning. You got to come back down here. Put the hands together. Well, again, the quarter notes are going to keep your pulse. Into the second line, you're here, or the last 2 measures of the second line, because the right hand's tied. 2, rest, res. You come up during the rest. You can move both hands at the same time. I don't recommend it, but sometimes we have to. If there's time, move one hand and then the other. You can do it very quickly. It's up to you. Or both at the same time. I recommend one hand at a time if you can, because it's a little easier to focus on one hand and then the other. All right. But in the third line, we're here. Okay, and then the last measure at the bottom, you're 1, 2, 3, 4. And during the rest, both hands got to come back down. Well, again, you can move both hands at the same time if you want. Or you can very quickly, one hand and then the other. It doesn't take a lot of time to move, so because you only get 1 beat here. So 1, 2, 3, rest. Right after the left hand, immediately when I come up, I move. 2, 3, 4. You work out the hand movement there. See, most of these pieces you can play without looking at the keyboard, but when you have to move around, you got to look down to see where you're going, and that's okay. But once you're moved, then you need to be able to look at the music again and not the piano. Don't be staring at the keyboard while you're playing. Don't get into the idea of, I got to see what the hands are doing in order to play it. That's what I'm after. You want to be able to feel your way through the music. Now, once I have the hands working okay and the rhythms are worked out, then I go back and get rid of the hesitations. So it is a steady pulse. Here it's a little easier on the pulse because through most of this, the left hand's playing on it constantly. And then I think about the articulation. Well, in the right hand, I'm going to connect it. I can lift up every 4 measures for the phrase. In the left hand, we got staccatos. Boom, boom, boom. And there isn't time to have the hand on the key each time to bounce off. This time you're going to have to do this, but it's a real little motion. It's not a big one. You're not hitting it. It's just real short. And this is a good exercise because it trains you, if you will, to use the wrist. If you're not thinking about it, you'll end up using the whole arm. That's another technique we use sometimes, but here we don't want to use that here. At least for the beginning of this, you want to use the wrist. Because softer, you want to use smaller muscles. Second line, both hands are staccato. And the half note's not, and then you come up here and keep going. The last line, you can use arm staccato if you want here, because it's louder. And speaking of louder, the dynamics, you're starting out soft. That's the melody. These things, how soft can you play them? And this is going to be a real challenge in piano, always is when you're busy in a hand, you'll just naturally want to play it louder. It'll just happen. Pretty soon you're just pounding away. You have to be aware of that. Always be aware of it. Always be listening and make an effort to keep that left hand really soft. In the second line, you have the hairpins to get louder. Doesn't say how much louder to get. You can go up to about a moderately soft, or you're not going up very much. You're going all the way to the whole note. Louder. It's like I was doing it every 2 beats at a time. Just a little louder, a little louder, a little louder, a little louder, and I'm there. And then here, that dies away on its own. It's the left hand. This is, it's got to get softer as you do it. Then in the third line, your mezzo forte or moderately loud. That's the melody. You got the hairpin to get loud. You're going to go loud. Those 2 notes. Those are loud. And then go back down. And then the last line, you're loud. And then when you go back to the top, the DC, you're soft. So you experiment with these dynamics where you can start to kind of feel them. The left hand, just keep it in the background. But because you're loud in the last line, start using arm on this one because you're louder. Don't get too loud though. We want to hear the melody. And yet be careful when you're using arm because now you start to get too high and then you start missing notes. So keep it a small motion. You're just using the arm rather than the wrist. As far as the speed goes, that's up to you and your imagination. It's not fast like I've been doing it. It's somewhere in the middle. You see the dotted half notes and all, they're going to want to speed it up a little bit. But the quarter notes are going to want to slow it down. It's sort of an in-between. Wow. Now, when you're playing it through, you get to the bottom, there's a DC all fine. They say da capo, but I say DC for the abbreviation because I'm lazy. DC is what you're going to see most of the time, but you can see that's the same thing. You go back to the beginning, and the fine is at the end of the second line, and I disagree with their notation here because the end of a piece symbol is not two bar lines. It's a thin and thick bar line, like it is at the bottom of page 4. You see at the end of that, there's a thin and thick bar line. Well, then that's the symbol that should be at the end of the second line. A thin and you can take a pencil and widen out the second bar line and make it an end of piece symbol. This tells you that's where it ends. Remember the natural accents? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Feel them as you're doing this, especially in this left hand. 1, 2, 3. The listeners should always be able to hear and feel where the first beat of a measure is, especially in a piece like this. Let's play this together very slowly, just to check the notes and the rhythms. I'm not going to do the louds and softs, just notes and rhythms. We will do the DC all fine thing though. So I'll give us 4 counts. 1, 2, ready, go. Rest, rest. Rest to the beginning. Rest, rest.